Understandable, when the answer is invariably, the silver-haired one ate them.
We're all on the same side, friend. Nine Fingers invited us herself.
The Guildmaster hired you, yes. But I think it's best if your Zentrim keep to themselves. There's not a lot of trust in the Guild, I'm afraid.
It's an orphanage, Uktar. What would you have me do? Seize their toys as payment?
Well, they failed to pay tribute. We should withdraw our protection, at the very least.
And cede more ground to the Stone Lord? You're not suggesting I yield a single inch of the city, my city, to this cult?
We already look weak. If you're seen to be forgiving debts...
I didn't say forgive. Seize the building. Arm any children old enough. If they protect what's mine, we'll consider that a start on what's owed.
Yes, Guildmaster. Excuse me? This is a private council.
Keep your underpants clean, Uktar. We're playing host to a hero. You recall our reports of Ketheric Thorm, General of the Absolute, Champion of Merkel, Unkillable Tyrant of Moonrise. Meet the one who killed him. A little less impressive as revelations go. You'll forgive the spying, I hope. The Guild keeps watch for anyone of interest passing through our gates. I'd say you qualify. I already know the one thing about you that I need to. You've crossed paths with the cult's leadership before, and you're still standing. I mean to burn the Absolute from the face of my city. So if you mean to help, congratulations. We just became the best of friends. I was planning to soften you up a bit first, but... straight to business then. You've been seen with a certain Harper. Grey of hair, somewhat spiky of manner. So you do know Jaheira. I need to speak with her. She's still getting the lay of the land, I expect. I have information that might help with that. So, remind her to pay an old friend a visit, would you? Now, is there anything else you need? Oh, did you enjoy the encounter? I have no doubt you gave them a good talking to. The rats usually keep a lid on their nastier notions, but with the Stone Lord business distracting me, some are starting to test the leash. All the more reason to be rid of the cult quickly, so I can remind my crews it's not a leash round their necks if they cross me. It's a noose. You have? But don't be so quick to bat away a helping hand. You'll find few enough of them in this city. The Flaming Fist can be bought. The Harpers are scattered, and the Parliament of Peers, well, they're just generally too inbred to be useful. The Absolute's at our gate, and the Guild are the only ones truly standing against it. Knowing what I know usually comes at a cost. But let's say we'll put it on your tab. Thieves, frauds, and miscreants. If it's just the watch warrants you're reading. The Guild isn't any one thing. We're everything. parts of the city the Keene, so they push us to the far side of their law. But it's not the Watch that keeps the peace, or gives justice to any Baldurian who asks, whether they can pay for it or not. It's us. If we take a little tribute in return, or tie strings of service to those we help, well, what of it? So long as we're working as one, it all runs quick, quiet, and clean. Clean water, filthy riches, and everything in between. We're citizens of the city. No more, no less. Right now, I'll settle for taking our city back. All hail the Absolute's worst nightmare. How can I help you in your war today? Knowing what I know usually comes at a cost. But let's say we'll put it on your tab. The leader of some new crew that's intent on paining my arse. If he was just another upstart who didn't like paying guild dues, fair enough. But he and his crew make no demands. Leave no survivors to pass on a message. All I know is that on every scrap of ground he takes from me, the cult of the Absolute soon starts sprouting. Doesn't matter. Whatever god the prick prays to, I'll send him to meet it soon enough. We don't. The Zentarim work for me. Time was I'd charge the bastards double if I let them into my hall at all, but times change. The guild is many things, but it's not an army. If the Absolute keeps pushing in on our territory, then I need a little weight to push back. Ha! Which part? The Stone Lords hollowed this place out. Half my crews are fled or in hiding. Orin's faceless try to pierce my ranks every day, while Gortash's toy soldiers control the streets. When the Absolute's army arrives to wage war on the city, our best hope is to make sure they have no leaders in here willing to open the gates for them. Simple enough. After Jaheira warned me and then disappeared, I went nosing into the cult for myself. I could bore you with the details. How I found evidence of Gortash's projects, traced him to Orin the Red, and made a safe bet there was some dried-out old necromancer to round out the three. Because it's always the dead, bloody three. Has-been half-gods who can't help but make their irrelevance everyone else's problem. Oh. You've got some juicy little tidbit I haven't heard yet. Huh. It seems like my intelligence on you was patchy at best. That's annoying. I had no intention of leaving my city in the Dead Three's hands. Definitely not leaving it to some slimy shit that doesn't even have hands. So, as long as you can keep a lid on what's growing inside you, we're allies. Until you can't, and we're not. Simple enough, I reckon. Now, war to be fought. You need anything? I need to see Jaheira. Just so happens, she'll want to see me too.
Two sides, each itching to draw blades against the other.
The sensation is contagious. Which should we oppose?
Either or both, so long as I get to spill blood.
Leave Aelin to her sorrow. Likely the wizard only reminds her of all the other fools, past and present, who have sought to use her. Ha. The guildmaster wishes to see us, does she? Better we call on her home than she on ours. Lead, then. As you wish.
But you consort with a better class of people now, right?
A different class of person and a different type of consorting.
That's the point.
Let's just stop this conversation right here, shall we?
All hail the Absolute's worst nightmare. How can I help you in your war today? I need to see Jaheira. Just so happens, she'll want to see me too.
Yes? Ask it. It was Baal alone we faced in our time. And bad as that was, he had no elder brain for a lapdog then. Help won't come from the history books, or from any old tales I can spin you. This is your story to write. There. Have I fulfilled my role as your wise and wizened elder? I've passed enough years that counting them is a waste of what remains. Which is to say, yes, I am that old. As you wish.
Come on now, guys! Nine Fingers herself bought a very fine habit.
Rise to yourself when I take inventory.
Are the gods truly this petty?
Do not worry. Guild's friends are Tuscrunt's friends. And I don't hurt my friends. unless they deserve it.
What path lies before me?
You wish to consult me?
Cutting to the chase.
Thank you for cutting those creatures down, truly. Gods know what would have happened if you weren't here.
Zahwagin. But why are they so close to the city?
A welcome face. How can I help?
For the next few 10 days.
Pity. I like a little crunch.
Not everyone subscribes to what is mine is yours, it seems.
Please, kind sir, can you spare a few coins to feed my son? He's sick and likely to die. Please, sir? Oh, please! Please, sir. Please. It's for my son. Anything would help. Any amount at all.
I feel a little dizzy.
Please, kind sir, can you spare a few coins to feed my son? He's sick and likely to die.
Please, sir? Oh, please!
Easier for you to say.
Just discussing the weather, dearie. Nothing of interest to you.
Lord Enver Gortash, the people's man, the gate's protector.
Would you throw one of them?
Have you seen the size of Anthony's cannon?
Steel Watcher?
So what exactly did you say?
Property in constant use, gathering strictly prohibited.
A couple turns should do it.
Keep calm, Karlak. One bad flare, and you could blow this whole place.
Man, whiz bangs!
Better.
See the latest issue of the Baldur's Mouth Gazette? Streets are safer than they've ever been. Not
I'm rather enjoying the white. Maybe you should give it a try.
Are you an orphan too? Oh, lucky you. I miss my parents, especially Mum. She made the best apple pie. Cora says it'll get better with time. She's not Mum, but she does give good hugs. She makes a really good pot roast. Don't tell anyone I said this, but I actually think it might be better than Mum's.
Have you seen him? Have you seen my dad? His name is Yatsik. He's a super brave knight. We came here together, but he had to leave. He said that Cora would look after me. She's really nice, but I miss Dad.
There's a sadness in her voice that betrays a wisdom beyond her years. She knows her father's not coming back.
The lady over there, she smells of lavender and roses. She's really nice. She looks after all the kids who've got nowhere to go. She's helping me write down all of my dad's stories so everyone will know how brave he is.
lovely vintages out today. I'd get in quick if I were you.
Hello. Nice day for a walk.
What do I think of Lord Gortash's still?
Would you rather be stabbed in the gut or decapitated?
It was another day in the City of Lies, Baldur's Gate, where the people begged for justice until they starved. Two heroes were fated to cross paths that day. Their eyes met. Destiny was calling. It was in the Tall One's voice. They knew they cared about this creature, but they didn't know why. But the cat did. This could be the beginning of something. Two heroes against the world, enacting justice for those unable to seek their own. All the Tall One had to do was say yes. The Tall One had failed the first test. They lacked caution. The cat could have just as easily been a foe as a potential friend. Perhaps it was simply not meant to be.
Tavern review enthusiasts will note the absence of the landlord from
The penitent looks at you silently, expectantly. The penitent doesn't respond, holding your gaze almost unblinkingly with his.
Anything of use?
Let's make this quick. On the move. Might find something useful.
take a peek.
Come on, can't stay idle.
Try me.
I'm exhausted. Better find somewhere to camp soon.
That might be worth a look.
Can't keep me out.
A rather creative show. Necromantic ritual, perhaps.
This jar, it feels like dead self. A sure sign of necromancy at work.
I don't get it. I, for one, am delighted Leroican got what was coming to him. I don't know. Isn't that what a paladin of Saluna does? Hope that good old Aelin holy fervor returns to her soon. I don't like to see her looking so lost.
The vessel returns, most shamefully unleaking. Prove your faith. The vessel returns, most shamefully unleaking. Prove your faith. You must bear proof of the Dreadlord's favor, or pay his toll of blood.
Looks empty.
Thank you for bringing me back. Look around. You'll find some of my things still intact. Perhaps even useful to you.
Something over there.
A recipe for fiddlehead soup. A favorite meal of mine.
Copper for your thoughts.
What's that?
My old sword. My first purchase as an adventurer. No use to me anymore. It's yours, if you want it.
What's that?
My cutlery set. A gift from my mother. The butter knife is missing, but otherwise it looks to be complete. I don't need it anymore, but the memory stirs something in me still. My old wardrobe. The home of all my disguises. We are what we appear to be, and so appearances matter. A shell, a keepsake from my final voyage.